Hi again. This video is going to be about balance, kind of balancing the self, having a balance in your life to do with different things. Kind of be touching on how I try to keep a balance now. It's not natural to be kind of all one way or all another way. Like you've got light and dark, you know, that kind of thing. You've got both sides to you. It also goes for masculine and feminine energy. I've talked in or touched on in some of my FTM, my transition videos, that there's masculine energy and there's feminine energy, and I suppose when I was living as female, I really rejected my feminine energy. I wanted to reject it in the way that I wanted to become male physically. And when I started to transition, I tried to shove all of the feminine energy out of the way and try to be as masculine as possible, try to get a bit more macho, you know, play the role in a way. But the more and more comfortable I become with my body and with who I am now and where I fit into society, the more I lean towards the feminine again. So I guess at the moment I'd say I'm kind of straight down the middle. I'm not striving to be any more feminine or any more masculine. I'm just who I am, and that's a really nice feeling when you spent so many years not wanting to be who you are or what you are. So I was thinking that maybe that's why I'm doing a lot better these days. Another side of me, as I mentioned in my last video, is that when I was younger I was a bit crazy, go crazy, take a lot of drugs. I was into a lot of heavy music, I was into Marilyn Manson, Slipknot, Slayer, all sorts of things, as well as softer stuff as well, a lot of acoustic stuff. But I went through a phase of listening to really angry music, going to rock nights, going to gigs, getting in the pit and getting all of my frustration out, which at the time I'd say was definitely the right way to go about it. You know, I wasn't going out beating people up or taking it out on other people as such. So I kind of steered away from that a little bit. I think this year I've been going more down the softly spiritual route, listening to quite peaceful music lately, well, earlier this year, and last week I went to a Marilyn Manson gig, Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie, and it felt absolutely amazing to be there and to get that energy again. And I was singing along, screaming along, stamping my feet, dancing away, headbanging, just getting it all out of me. And the next day I felt like I'd been purged. Like, I think I've really got to keep an eye on shoving down anger, and I think that's what I've been doing for so many years, that's why in the past it'd explode and it'd really come out. So my way of kind of expressing my anger now, my frustration, is to listen to heavy music again, or I'll maybe go to some more gigs that are heavier and enjoy that. So that's another balance that I found because the next day after going to see Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie, less than 12 hours later I was sitting meditating in a mindfulness class. So complete opposite really. Although I even brought some mindfulness into being at the gig, just kind of centering myself and thinking, right, I'm here, that's Marilyn Manson over there, or that's Rob Zombie over there, and this is where I am, and really being in the moment to enjoy it and not letting my thoughts go off to other places. Like if a song was played that reminded me of something in the past, I'd have a little think about it, because that's where the energy of the song is for me, but then I'd zone back in to where I was. So yeah, so that's really helpful for me at the moment, and I think that if you're following a spiritual path, or you're wanting to be more spiritual or do more spiritual practice, you don't have to drop everything else as well. I don't think it really works like that, unless it doesn't serve you anymore and it has no significance to you anymore. But if you like that kind of music, that's what you're into. And some days I do want to listen to it, and some days I don't want to listen to it. So there is no right or wrong, I think, is what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way. The other thing I was going to talk about is seriousness and playfulness. Now, I can be a very playful person, and I've got quite a developed sense of humour just because of the way I was brought up and my dad's sense of humour. We've got very similar sense of humour. So there are times that I can be really, really serious, and I think especially when I get quite passionate about something, I can really get into it and I'll light up, but at the same time I'm quite defensive of that. So say I post a status on Facebook, for instance, and it's got a deep spiritual meaning to it, to me, and somebody posts a jokey response, a comment on it, I'm a bit like, oh, that's not where I went, whoa, that's not where I was going with that, I was thinking this. And I'm kind of teaching myself to be a little less serious and a little more tolerant, and to have a bit of a sense of humour about things. There's definitely two sides to me, but I think there's definitely two sides to everybody. It's about bringing them together and making them mesh. That's the important thing. So yeah, sometimes I'll enjoy going into town, I'll enjoy having a bit of a drink, but I couldn't do it every week. I can't, because I find it monotonous and a waste of my energy and my money in a way, I guess. But I'm not judging people for doing it. It's just not where I am at the moment. But like I was saying, I do like to go out and have a good time, go a bit crazy, and then sit in my room maybe for a few evenings, reading books or listening to music or meditating, or even just being on the internet and watching YouTube videos and just investing some time in myself. So what I'm trying to do at the moment is just bring both of these sides together and lock them together and keep myself happy and motivated. That's all I'm going to say on this one. If anybody's got anything they want to share to do with this subject, then that would be really cool. Either leave a comment or send me a message or something. Yes. So I hope everybody's having a good week so far. It's only Monday, but I'll be making more videos, definitely more regularly, on these kind of subjects, because it's what I'm passionate about. I feel like I've kind of not outgrown my transition, but that's something that I worked very hard at for a long time, and now it's kind of doing its own work in a way. So time to throw myself into this instead. And for my next video, I think I'm going to cover books, because I love books, and it'll be easy for me to make a video about that. So I'll speak to you all soon. Peace.